Another mastermind hit.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mastamynd here over for Ohio Cannabis Live, and welcome back to another episode of 420 Live Ohio. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button right now, and make sure you hit the notification bell for updates. We do appreciate you being here, and we'll start the show in just a second.
Another mastermind hit.
Welcome to 420 Live, Ohio's premier cannabis news channel, with program news, product reviews, cultivator tours, and hard-hitting LLC interviews, with your hosts, Mastermind and Pothead Genius. Without further ado, it's 420 Live.
Yeah, I was hoping that wasn't going to just go terribly wrong. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 420 Live Ohio. We got a very special show lined up for you today, so make sure you watch this show all the way to the end. Don't get 5 minutes in and try to skip out. Don't try to skip out. Got my guy Pothead with me today. Swingo has a day off.
No, baby.
So yes, so we gonna do our thing. We think we got all of our audio issues resolved. So we've got that good here. So once the interview begins, I will be turning off the comments that pop up on the screen until after the question. We have some questions we're gonna ask, just so you know how everything's gonna go. And once that's over, then we'll turn the comments on. You'll be able, we'll be able to ask some questions. So like I said, we're gonna get started here in just a second. Just checking all my systems here, making sure everything is a go. I do have Miss Ariane Kirkpatrick here in the building with us. Not really, but in the system. And like I said, we're gonna get to the questions here in just a second. Just to give you guys a couple updates, the Ohio Cannabis Lobby Day is still happening on October 13th of this month, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Ohio State House Atrium in Columbus, Ohio. If you cannot attend personally, don't worry, because you'll be able to watch it live stream, and you will also be able to participate possibly in a discussion panel via Zoom. The discussion panel will be happening from 12 p.m. to 12:45 p.m. So that will be a link on the Cannabis Lobby Day web page, and also at ohiocannabislive.com/join now. Either way, there'll be a button you can click to get to different events for the lobby day, in addition to the live stream we'll have throughout the day. It may not run the entire event, but we're going to try to stream it as long as we possibly can with the resources that we have. So that's what's going on with that. So I'm really excited about that. We will have guest speakers there. We'll have legislators speaking. We'll be hopefully talking and having meetings with different legislators. And we will also have some very powerful and important people speaking at this event. So you definitely want to make sure you tune in for the lobby day. And also remember, if you miss anything on YouTube or you're just tired of looking at YouTube, you can also watch us on the Roku channel, Ohio Cannabis Live, commercial free at this time. No ads and nothing else, just straight content. And we'll be updating on-demand content there every week. So there will be new content on the Roku channel. And some of the things that will be on the Roku channel will not be available to you on YouTube. So you will have to go ahead and tap in on that Roku. Pothead, you got some updates for him or anything? You got some stuff you want to drop on him right now before we get into the interview?
Hey man, I'm super hyped up. You know, it's Friday. It's 420. I'm happy to be here. I'm super hyped up about the interview. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on in cannabis, a lot of positive things. You know, I seen that like cannabis arrests around the world are dropping drastically. So I just want to put that out there. You know, we just got to keep going and just keep pushing, you feel me? But that's one thing that I did notice this week a lot, that cannabis arrests are dropping like across the country in massive amounts. So you already know, big bro.
All right. Well, there's one thing that I have to point out that I was hearing about, and that was an incident that happened where we had a patient who was pulled from their vehicle in Dayton, Ohio, and that's something that we had to really start. This is one of the reasons why we're having a Cannabis Lobby Day, because patients need rights and protections, and this is just reiterating that once again, unfortunately. And my prayers to the person's family. And I'm from Dayton, Ohio, so I feel very, very emotionally attached to this situation because that's my hometown. Columbus is also my hometown, so I love y'all in Columbus too. But I was born and raised from Dayton, and anytime somebody does something that's not right, wrong is wrong, no matter who you are, where you come from. Wrong is wrong. So, I hope that we can get some kind of legislation together to help protect people from these type of situations again. But like I said, we have a great interview lined up for you today, and like I said, we're going to go through some questions here, and then I'm going to take some questions from the audience. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and bring Miss Kirkpatrick on with us if she's ready. Still there? Oh yeah, you're there.
Hello.
I see you now. Hold on. This Zoom, I'm still learning how to work this Zoom. There she is. And Miss Kirkpatrick, just to give everybody a little background, she is the owner of Harvest Ohio, and she actually owns 3 dispensaries, the cultivation site, and also a processing facility as well. Miss Kirkpatrick also owns a construction company, and she is the only woman and minority-owned cultivator that we have in our program. And that is something that I have to say because it's a big deal. It really means a lot to a lot of us. It just shows, even though we have other minorities in the program, so I don't want to take away from them at all, but it's just the fact that we didn't have any minority cultivator facilities that were minority owned. And this is a big step forward for us in our program. And you've been here the whole time, so it's not like you just came here. Right. You've been in this for a while, and so that's why I wanted to make sure that people have a little bit of background. And you're going to fill them in some more with these questions I've got for you. And first thing I'm going to do is have you just tell us a little bit about yourself and why you entered into the Ohio cannabis industry.
Okay, well, thank you for having me, and I'm glad. It's funny that you asked a little bit about me, because when they were vetting me and getting me in this business, nobody asked about me. All they saw was a black girl getting this business, and why is she in it? And we are just going to make this as difficult as possible. And that was something I had to overcome. But actually, I partnered with an MSO, which is Harvest Health and Recreation owner, Steve White. And my son actually approached me about 4 years ago, my oldest son, Ali. He lives in DC, and adult use marijuana, medical marijuana, and recreational were legal there. And he reached out and he said, hey, let's get into this business. You've had successful businesses, and I think this is something that we could do. They have a minority set-aside program. I told him, no, that's not going to happen. It's really not going to happen. They're not going to let us get in this business. And he said, no, Mom, this is true. And just me being a child of the 60s, picketing businesses when I was 5 years old, we picketed McDonald's, my sister and I, to get into, because they didn't have black franchises. So, I decided to take my historical knowledge and not do it, and my son encouraged me. So that was the beginning of it. And so as I searched for a company, I wanted to find a company that had experience in it, that had industry experience, and that was my best knowledge. I've been approached by a group here, actually in Cleveland, Ohio, another group outside, and 2 other MSOs. And we decided on Harvest, just again, because I thought I had more to bring to the table, and I thought they had a lot to bring to the table. And together, we could produce a big company. I've been a serial entrepreneur all my life, actually since I was 16 years old. I've owned a copy business like a Kinko's called A Better Copy construction company, mom and pop construction company, before I grew into a multi-million-dollar construction company with the AKA team. I had a restaurant. So why not? Why not me be involved in a new industry? To me, it was a given. After my son said it, the only reason that I didn't want to do it is because of the racial and systemic issues that I believed would stop me. So that's how we got in it over 4 years ago. And the systemic issues were full front and there. It was a lot to overcome.
All
Because
right.
you overcame it though. You feel me? You overcame it. But you brought out your best bulldozer.
I did. I'm gonna tell you, it was literally, and I call myself, I say I have Napoleon neck complex because I'm short and feisty. So I feel I just had to try harder. And being a black race, many of us know our parents told us, you have to do better. You have to be polished. We've always known that we have to do better to get ahead. So there was no turning back. There simply was not any reason or way that I could turn back, because I'm gonna tell you why. I wanted to build a legacy for my family. I wanted to build a legacy for a community, and I want to build a legacy for our patients. You would be surprised at the comments, whether they're white or black, about how proud they are to see someone in my position finally get here. Because as we know, it's only 4.3% in the United States. 4.3%.
Out of all 50 states, 4.3%.
Exactly. Yeah.
What you think about that, big bro?
It's too small of a number. It's just it's not even on the scale or anything. You can't even, I mean, not even 10. We can't even get to 5%. We can't get to 10%. I mean.
And how many states are legal though? How much legalization has been happening over these years though? And that's what's another thing that's mind blowing. Legalization been taking off. You know what I mean? What Colorado was 2013 when they did that out there. We in 2021, and we still only got 4. And they still arguing about equity in California. Like, well, what's the argument? That's what I really want to know. Yeah. Because the numbers is there, man. The numbers is there. For real.
I'm glad you say the numbers are there, because one of the things is when I did win, so we won November 30th, 2017, a license. And when that happened, me being in my 50s and knowing historically what's going on, I said, wow, I'm not going to make it a big announcement yet because something's not right. December 2nd, 2017, that was the first lawsuit that I saw come. That was the first time I started Googling my name and starting to see, she's a front company, she's not real. Nobody called to ask me who I was now. I was like, wow, how they keep putting my name on me? Nobody asked if I knew how to chew bubble gum, if I could walk backwards, if I was a gardener, if I was a business. They knew nothing about me. All they knew was I was black and my partners were white, so I had to be a front. So, I mean, and it was so sad. I mean, because I take things personal. I'm very prideful, and especially with me being in the construction industry, I despise and hate front companies. I despise and hate front companies because when we have front companies, that's just the majority putting us in positions to not really get us ahead, but to use us as a quota. I have never been a quota in my life, and I'm not going to be a quota. I am someone that wants to make a possibility, to make dreams reality for people that look like me. So when I see the different comments on social media, like I said, white folks and black folks, all these rumors about why this white man owns the company, she doesn't really own the company. Those are rumors. Anybody that's known me and seen it, my company is family owned and operated. Do I have a good partner in Steve White? Yes, he is my partner. I am the majority owner, and I manage and operate and run my business. It's mine.
It's yours.
That's what it's yours.
It's yours.
You're the boss.
When you do what they ain't seen before, you know, it come with a lot. It come with a lot. My bad to cut you off, big bro, but when you do what they ain't seen before, and you did it in style, I mean, 3 of them, cultivation, you know what I'm saying? That they ain't see that coming, and they didn't think it could happen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Real.
And only a
So
savvy businesswoman could do that.
Only. For real.
Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely, you know, I answered a lot of the questions on my list right there. But you know, I think something else, and you've kind of hit on, like I said, a couple questions. 'Cause something else I wanted to ask you was to talk a little bit about the challenges for minorities and women. But you've kind of already addressed that, as far as I'm concerned.
But no, you know what?
You want to talk more? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But you did bring up something very important. Challenges for minorities and women.
Yes.
So institutionally, systemic, we have issues with cash flow. Systemic issues with being at the table, with having access to knowledge, having access to be invited to be a part of a new industry. So I could do that with my partners who can help fund me, because there's no way when you have a Schedule I drug where you can't go to a regular bank, because I'm gonna tell you, they closed all my bank accounts. I got a letter from my bank one day that said, come close your accounts, come pick up your money. We don't want your money in our bank because it's a Schedule I drug. That's it. So a Black female like me can't just walk in the bank and say, hi, can you give me some money to start a marijuana business? That doesn't happen with me. So that's an issue. So when they had that minority set aside program, because let's just talk about that and keep it real. So when you have diversity, equity, and inclusion, which I'm passionate about because I look and research and I've lived this all my life. But when you have programs like that, you do it because you want to help disadvantaged businesses. Matter of fact, they called it their economically disadvantaged group. That's what I was classified. So if I'm part of an economically disadvantaged group and we put twos together, so you just put it in black and white as far as your ordinances and all, but did you think of the outcome? So if you know I'm economically disadvantaged, I partner with the company, and then you say, oh, you have done the wrong thing. You have partnered with this white company. You are not running your business. So we are going to put a fine on. I'm like, a fine? How dare you give me a fine of any amount of money? And that wasn't acceptable to me. So what it turned out to be with us was a donation, which I still do not feel comfortable about. The only reason I feel comfortable is because it's against prescription abuse, and so that we could be a part of it. So anything that I put my donation to, just like when I sit on the board, I'm going to be in your face. I'm going to be at those meetings because I'm going to concentrate on prescription abuse. I'm going to concentrate on how we can utilize medicinal marijuana to overcome some of those obstacles. You know, I'm just not going to be any type of, let's say, oh, I'm going to charge her $500,000 so she can stay economically disadvantaged. Really? Does that make any sense? Really?
No, not at all. No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
No, not in any shape, way,
That's
or
deep.
form. Yeah.
Letter from the bank. I know you was like, whoa.
Ooh, I was hot. I was hot.
That's different. Not that they can't mess with that money. That's where it stopped at.
Man. I was
that
fighting
is
to keep my accounts, and then one day I said, why am I fighting to keep my money in the bank that don't want me? Yeah.
Got to figure that out. Made you think about something else.
Start your own bank. Start your own bank. That's how I'll be thinking about
Right, exactly.
it. Yeah, I mean, has somebody even done that? Is what I'm wondering. Is there a cannabis bank out there that's just specifically for cannabis businesses?
At the expo, a few of them stopped at our table. You know, we're with Right Pat. They've been good to us, but there's been a few banks now that have reached out that are in this business. There's been some legislation federally and statewide that's been able to loosen up some of that.
So there are cannabis-friendly banks out there.
There are.
Okay.
And that's a great sign for the federal legalization. That's a great sign for them to loosen it up, because you know they don't play. Them banks don't play. They don't play at all. They follow what the government says, for real to the T. So that's good news, though. That's good news to see that it's some banks that's loosening it up. You know what I'm saying? That means something's happening. And you know, for me, it's in cannabis, for us, I always look at it like a small step is a big step. You know what I'm saying? For us, you know what I'm saying? For real, for real. So, you know, and that's what I'm saying. You ain't take no small step. So I know they was, oh, what, that wasn't no small step. For real, they try to call a whistleblower on you.
Right, exactly, exactly. I mean, literally, I think I spent because it took, and I've probably been quoted on this, but it took 3 years, 6 months, and 25 days from the time I received my license for us to finally get open. A lot of,
Right.
I mean, just, and it was just, it was painful, hurtful. I seemed like I was crying every single day. I couldn't let my family just see everything that was going on and how hurt I was. I didn't want to pull them into the mess that I was like almost ashamed of. Because I was like, oh my gosh, I have ruined my life, my reputation. And you know what's my family gonna go through? I mean, I went through holy hell. It was very, very depressing. And when I finally brought, was able to bring my family in and we were able to stand proud, oh man, it just felt so good because we had to worry about the business, but I had to worry about first about the business of being black. I had to protect myself and my family. I had to protect my friends. And then when we got into this world, now we finally got open. I'm so happy to meet all of you all, to facilitate, collaborate. But I'm so happy to make sure that we take care of our patients, that we take care of their patients, because that's what's important. And when I'm at the dispensaries and I get to help and talk to the patients and hear what they want, how they feel about us, because I just think people that look like me and my gender, we have a certain compassion. And I'm like, how can I? What is your, what would you recommend? What kind of things do you want to see for your quality of life to be better?
Yeah, I can
That's
feel the
what it's
energy
about.
coming through the screen. Can you feel it, Piehead?
Real
That's just,
though.
when I first met her,
Real.
I could feel her positive energy. Just and when you see two positive energies like that bounce off, you're just like, what? I can feel it. So you tell everybody, because we've been waiting for a
And
long
then,
time. This is a big, big, big deal for a lot of people who are watching this.
and then she talking about the patient.
Yes, that's important. That's, everybody needs to understand that. And what I want to ask you is, do you think you'll be allowed to get the 5 dispensaries like other LLCs, or you think they're going to cap you at 3?
I'm not sure. I'm still working through that with my legal team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm will probably, the rule is if you own, anybody that owns at least 10% of a business, and obviously I own 51% on the majority owner of my business.
Right.
But even if you have 10%, so I got a nice family that's experienced in this. We built a nice resume. They have made a commitment to this. My sister is our COO. And she is all in. She is the best NSO, the best trainer. I mean, she's just all in. And my sons are both in. My daughter. It's really family owned and
That's that
operated.
real love.
Don't forget your nephew that takes the pictures. Is that your
Oh,
that
he
real
is
love.
awesome, isn't he?
Yeah, he takes
We
some
are
nice
so proud of
pictures.
Jalen.
Yes.
So funny story about him. He applied for the position with Brandon. Didn't tell him he was related to us. He didn't want anybody to know. He wanted to make that move all on his own. We get a call from our general manager, and he says, "I met this phenomenal guy. He's going to be great on the team." And nobody knew, and he started doing great things. They did a report the other day, and when they said the name, a couple people, they were like, "Jalen Davis," and they were just like his mom, which is our COO. He's phenomenal. It's all buy-in. We have. I don't want to forget anybody, but I'm just gonna say Ali, compliance, Christopher, CFO, and also business development. Ali is my oldest son.
Mm-hmm.
He does all our compliance, chief technology. Christopher, our CFO, which you've met.
Mm-hmm.
Kia, our director of marketing. Nicole, our director of HR. Jasmine, director of licensing, which is really, really tough.
Right.
Who am I forgetting? John, our facilities construction. We like to tease about John and say he's the diverse person on our team because he's the only one that's not of color. So and I just gotta look. I said, "Oh, who did I forget?" Well,
Better check your
I'm gonna have
checklist.
I gotta check my check. Oh, well, our esteemed leader, Monica. So that's I think I've got everybody: Chris Ali, John, Kia, Jasmine, Monica, Nicole, director of HR. We're here. We're here. We're running things. We're doing good stuff.
That sounds like
We're developing relationships. We're trying to facilitate around the regulations and the legislation and the barriers so that we can do the right thing. Um, and Harvest of Ohio, which we dub ourselves as Jabali. We are big on words. Jabali is a familiar organization, our company name. Jabali means rock in Swahili.
okay.
And we
Okay.
are all formed of so many different crystals. All of those that I just mentioned to you and our wonderful team of over 50 employees form so many different crystals to form as just one rock, one strong rock. And Mavuno means harvest. So we are a harvesting rock. You ever seen a rock harvest? This one in
That's
the
hard.
body does. It does. So
That's
that's who we
hard.
are.
That's
We are
hard.
I like that.
also
That's really
intentional
nice.
about our so people that like me, I want to make sure that people like me get an opportunity to work in this business.
Hmm.
Our diversity is over 50%. Come on now. And I'm talking about in the cultivation, in the dispensaries, and in our leadership team. We are
That's hard.
intentional.
You ain't, yeah,
Man.
you being the difference. You're not talking about it. They ain't
Oh
gotta
yeah.
they gonna walk in and see it. They gonna walk in and see. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's live. That's live. Like you said, you gotta come like that. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And you understand that. You already understand. And that's so live, man. That's so live because you get to a spot like that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got too many of you to call. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
and I just applaud your effort. This story is so inspirational. I'm just sitting here like, in the
Thank you.
8, 9, 10, 15 years ago. And it was crazy. It was a demon then. So to be sitting here
Mm-hmm.
with literally Black history, you know what I'm saying? It's so much bigger than you just own it. You literally are like writing yourself in history. And that's the inspiration that our people need to see. You know what I'm saying? Because they trying to shuffle us up in the deck so much. You know what I'm saying? But I just applaud you for real, for real. I just super applaud you, and it's just so inspirational, and just to really see it happen, and it's just like it's chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
It's chilling for real.
Yes,
Thank you.
it's definitely a wonderful thing. And I know when I sent this question over to you, Pothead messaged me back and said, I don't know about this question number 6 was I I had a lot on my mind. So what I wanted to ask, and it didn't come out right, but when can we actually see some Harvest products?
So our first harvest will actually be done in December. It's going to hit
Okay.
our stores exclusively in January.
Hmm.
So we'll start unfolding appropriately around Black History Month. Go figure. So
Let's go.
our
Let's go.
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
So just everybody, we're going to keep everybody just a little secretive right now, so that our marketing department can unfold how we're coming. We have some wonderful strains, and the plants are beautiful, beautiful. Adam is a wonderful cultivation manager. That great team there. We're gonna try and do something probably in December or January, as far as our last big bash of grand opening of
Hmm.
just welcoming our team and introducing people so that they can take some tours, see our site. But it's purdy. It's real purdy.
Absolutely. Now this is a question
Or,
that I gotta ask this question.
man, Mastermind can't wait for that.
Oh,
Oh
absolutely,
boy.
absolutely. I got to ask this question because this is one that a lot of patients want to know. Really, every LLC is going to get asked the same question, but I'm going to ask you: how do you feel about adult use and home grow?
So I think I'm not against it, to tell you the truth, and a lot
Okay.
of people think that cannabis folks would be, but I
Mm.
think adult use would be quite important, especially for patients. Sometimes they just want to try something that they put together themselves, put some strains together that's going to help with some of their ailments, some of their conditions.
Right.
And so I actually have no issues with it at all.
All right. Awesome. Awesome.
With adult use, I think, so I've been in some states where they have medicinal, medical, and recreational. Some patients choose to stay medical. I've seen, just the way it works, and I think adult use would be very great here, especially when the states bordering us have adult use, because you can simply cross the border. And we have to worry about reciprocity and all of that when it comes. Right. So might as well just make it adult use.
I totally agree with you there. And then another thing I wanted to ask you is, why did you choose Athens, Beaver Creek, and Columbus for your dispensary locations?
Well, it's interesting because maybe when you think about it, so you don't have the studies. We didn't have the studies when we first looked at our places. Our locations might be more so where people would presume for adult use, because the typical patient is between 40 and 49 years old. So some people say, oh, you're down the street from OU, Party School of the Year, or right down the street from Ohio State. Looked at some of the districts, the way they had the districts worked out, and it just seemed like to be good locations. I actually liked the Ironton location for our cultivation site because we did win a license between Ironton and Cleveland, which is my home. So many people asked me, why not Cleveland? And my partners even asked me, well, Ariane, why are you going to choose Ironton over Cleveland? And it was just something, there were more in the north. There was up north in the Cleveland area. Ironton is a small town that the economics of what that city has gone through, I think they needed someone like a Harvest. And not just a business down there, but someone that would be ingrained in the community. I'm excited to be a part of them. I'm excited to uplift that community. This was a community that lost their hospital. Not one hospital, but even when they moved across the way in West Virginia, lost a second hospital. They've gone through a lot of issues as far as the economic developments, and I've met some great people there so that we could be a part of the uplifting of it. So it was just really exciting for me. I love a challenge. I love to build up people. I love to build up communities. So.
All right. Well, that's great. So for people who are interested in possibly trying to open their own dispensary in Ohio, what is the most important thing you could share with us? You could tell us, anyone interested maybe out there.
Oh, I almost said a joke. I have to keep that one to myself. The most important thing is to do your homework. So let's just say, well, I would say as far as the minority side, but remember when I told you that I won my license, my case actually went to the state of Ohio Supreme Court. Okay. And they actually found that there was no discrimination. They ruled that there was no discrimination in the marijuana industry against blacks or minorities. So yeah, I know.
What?
So, yeah, they really ruled against that. Said there was no discrimination, which we all know that when those type of things happen, you have to do a disparity study, a predicate study. Right. And so we are actually working. I think the governor's office has been very great in reaching out to me on some of my opinions about this, on how we can help facilitate things for minorities. Maybe on this new case where the 73 come out, it has not happened because we just weren't prepared. But because we have all got together, I've come into the game and I've reached out to every minority and woman-owned that I know so that we could come together to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And that we get language in there so we could change it. There's never, ever anything that I want to be the only one. Right. I want to just be one of the ones. I want to be one of a lot. And that's important. I don't want to be the only one on the wall like Winston-Salem, Carolina, where you see the white gentlemen with the mustache turned upside down, and you see their pictures up there, and they're all the ones that developed the tobacco. So I'm the one right in between them with my beautiful kinky curly hair and my brown skin right in the middle of it all. I want it to be a wall of people of color and a wall of women. So do not want to be the only one. So I want to make sure that we get legislation in there to help the economically disadvantaged group, since that's what they call this. They
Yeah.
know. They know. That's why they call it that. So let's make sure we get people in. But let's pretend for a second that I'm not black. And let's say, what do we need to do? So we do our homework. We collaborate. We form unions. We understand the industry. We develop our resumes. We don't just say, "Oh, I got a little bit of weed in my backyard, so I think I can get a business." You need to have business savviness. You have to have business knowledge. Just because you might like to smoke weed or you know what it looks like or smells like does not mean that you can be successful in this business, because there are rules and regulations that you have. Some of them where we may think may discriminate us and make it harder for us to get in. Some of them are there for a purpose, for a reason, for safety concerns. I remember being younger, one of the reasons I did not want to partake is I was starting to get scared because people were lacing your marijuana and all, and anything that you thought that could calm you down, you're like, it's going to kill me. So when you have the regulations in this business, those are to protect their lives. There's a reason for regulations. We just have to watch out for over-regulation. So know your business. Make sure you have an accountant. Make sure you have an attorney. And you have a consultant. Very important. Very important. And I would advise that in any business. My construction business, when I first had my construction business, I didn't have those and didn't do well. Better believe when I put those in place, we've grown successfully, and I listened to my professional services team.
Mm-hmm. So that's a big part of it there. You need to have your professional service team together. Your A team.
Big part.
Yeah.
Big part. So I just got one question with me being a felon, I assume I won't be, but I'm just saying, like,
which is an unbelievable story.
Yeah, unbelievable. You hear me? Unbelievable. But it's like, do you see, I know what's that company?
URC.
Just rolled out that thing, Mastermind.
The URC.
And that. Like, where do you see the future for felons in the industry? Do you see us, what I'm saying?
Your audio cutting up a little bit.
Way, or what do you see?
I don't know if it's me, Anthony, and I can't hear.
It's cutting up. You hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to see, like, what you think the future is for felons in marijuana.
That's an interesting question. I think that we will see some changes. I'm just optimistic that we'll see some changes, especially not going over in your case, but especially when you see a case like yours that is just totally
nothing
and unbelievable. And I've seen I've seen where others that don't look like you are able to facilitate and get in this business, and it shocks me when I see it. I'm like, wow. So I think that eventually we'll see some things. I think we'll see a lot of obviously the decriminalization that we're seeing locally. We're going to see a lot of social equity and social justice. We're going through a time right now where it's just blatant out front, and we're not standing for that anymore. So I think that but we have to come together as a group of people. Let me tell you, when it affects black folks, it's like, man, that's just typical. When it affects white folks, which our numbers are higher, then it's a people problem. It's a human problem. Let's help everybody. So we're just going to take care of that everybody problem, and we're going to follow it and see how we can help. How can we navigate? How can we change the narrative and make ways for people like you to get in this business?
Crisis.
What'd you say?
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. I can't wait. You hear me?
The sun is all in my eye. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, you good.
No, I see. See, that's that energy hitting you from outside.
That's the energy.
Yeah, positive. You can't hide from positive energy now. You see, it's hitting on my face too. It's hitting on him as well. That sun is shining down on us and giving us that positive energy. You might as well put your sunglasses on, like Piehead did.
I know.
Hey, the shades come with the body, man.
You know I'm looking for my favorite shades that I wear all the time. But I got the transitions on right now, and I got the green toker shade going on.
Yeah.
You know.
For real though. For real.
Hey, that's how it is sometimes, you know. Oh no, you're good. We can hear you. You still good on the audio?
You good.
But yeah, so I think the only other question I had before I turn it over to some of the audience is, do you think 130 dispensaries is really enough to meet the demand of the program as it stands today?
I think 130. I think it would be. Yeah, I'm torn, to tell you the truth. As my diplomatic answer is like, of course I would like to see more businesses get involved. Right. My selfish answer is, no, I just got in. Don't bring anybody else to compete with me right now. So that's my.
That's real. That's real.
Exactly. That's real. I'm just keeping it real. I would have liked to have had more time to get as prepared as everybody else. I sort of was cracking up. I said, did they do this just because I just got mine? But hey, because we're there's 57. We're 55, 56, 57. We're the last of the Mohicans to get in.
Yeah, and I think there's one more shop coming before the year's over, the Buckeye Relief Dispensary. So then that'll be, that's 58.
Andy Rayburn, let me just tell you, from the beginning, when we first got in, met with me, talked about it, always was supportive, represented me in conversation when he was with, because he has an organization, always spoke up for me, spoke about our company. I applaud him and thank him so much. Another one was Clutch, Adam Tamario. He called me like the second day, hey, Ariane, he didn't think about me about being black or whatever. He was like, we're industry partners. Let's talk about this. Get involved with this organization. Call these people, call that. Then after a while, it was like a lot of other people I had to plague, so nobody talked to me. But Andy was just always there, so I shout out to him. I can't wait until he gets his dispensary open. Another one, Herb Thomas. So Herb Thomas is another one that Quest Wellness, him and his son Terrell came and trained our people at Harvest of Ohio. He trained our whole management team. He didn't have to do that. That was phenomenal. That shows about working together.
Yeah, that's
we would love to have him on the show. Yeah, we would love to have him on the show. I hope he's watching right now. We would love to have you, sir. I mean, this is you're invited.
Get Quest Wellness up in here.
Let's do this.
Yeah,
let's do this.
I know he was a World Series winner also, so you got to talk about him.
The athletics, right?
Yeah,
yes. And he has the McDonald's.
Herb also owned he had the most black-owned McDonald's restaurants in the state of Ohio. And when I first met him, I teased him. I said, "You had your restaurants because I was 5 years old and I boycotted McDonald's. So you there because of me, brother."
Woo!
But I love Herb. Great advice.
Yeah, I want to get down to the dispensary. It's just like I live in Columbus, and I thought everything was centrally located, but that one is a journey from where I'm at. And I've been having some health issues, so I ain't been able to travel as far as I'd like to. But it's definitely on my list to go to every dispensary in the state. For those dispensaries that might be watching this and I haven't been there, this will remind you, I'm coming to see you. I finished Cleveland, so I finished Cincinnati. I've done Dayton. Now I got a lot of rural areas to visit. Bowling Green, I ain't forgot about you. Leaf Relief, G Leaf, FRX. I'm just naming the ones I can remember right now. And then some of them are changing names, so I'm trying to keep up with these name changes too. But I do, try to go around and not just do product reviews, but try to actually go do dispensary reviews. So, when the next location opens, I will be there as well. The next Harvest opens.
And our next location, as you know, is Beaver Creek.
Right.
So we're been going through some soft openings, some trying to critique and fix some things. We're excited about it. I believe our date is October 26th. Like I said, we partnered with Clutch. I love Adam and Clutch. And they killed it at the expo. Anybody that went to the expo, yeah, did the Clutch kill it?
That's what I heard.
Did y'all see them at the expo?
I
Oh my
watched.
gosh! So we're excited to partner with them. Oh yeah, Clutch.
Barley cookies.
They did, and we got. I think we got what 20% off. Let me try to think. I can't remember. We got a good deal with Clutch.
You got a good deal going on. That's what you got going on.
On
That's all we're gonna
everything.
say. You got a good deal going on. That's all we're gonna say.
Advice on, no, and I listen and we take advice on you came to me, several people talked about us looking into our veterans, making sure that we change our indigent pricing. And we did, because those are the people that some of those people need it the most.
Yeah.
And so you can't have sky high prices.
I need that deal.
Care about our community. So I'm happy. I'm just so happy. So
Well, we're so happy. Like I said, we're happy for you to be here, and I want to give our viewers an opportunity to ask a few questions, because I've been monitoring the conversation here on another screen, and I'm glad that we have a lot of viewers here. Let me turn that on so we can see. All right, so if anyone would like to ask us some questions, okay, the first question I have is from Mac22, some numbers. How can someone get into entry-level cultivation field? Where does the Harvest Ohio recruit from? Indeed, Career Builder, I would love to know. That's a good question.
Indeed, LinkedIn, but you can go to harvestofohio.com. You can also send an email. Let me look and see the best place. Let me see. Because Nicole is our director of HR, and we actually do relocation, what you call that? Relocation funds for people that want to relocate to Ironton, Ohio.
Oh, really? Wow. I haven't heard that before. Talk a little bit more about what you just said. Go back, rewind that back a little. You said relocation.
So we have, so we've had two people. One person relocate from Cleveland and moved to Ironton, and they talk about the brain drain and people leave Ohio. We had someone leave, and they lived in North Carolina. Guess where they live at now? They live in Ironton, Ohio.
Wow.
And so we gave a relocation bonus to 3 of our employees so far. We are happy to get people in this industry. So Matt, please reach out to our team. I am going to try to think of, if somebody could tell me what email I should send it to. Let me see. I'll get that for you. I guess you can send it to Nicole, nmjohnson@harvestinc.com. But I'll see if someone from my team could just type that up, because I can't see what you guys see.
Right, yeah, it ain't pop up just yet, but let me see. Yeah, see here. Let me switch over to my other screen where you'll be able to see what they're saying. Hold on a second. All right, let's see. This is me.
They can also, let me just keep it real. They can also just call me, because the state of Ohio put my number on the site also, and I'll be the right person. So it's 216-312-9900.
That's hard. That's hard. That's for the people right there. You feel me? They don't get no realer than that.
They don't.
My team probably be like, "Oh my gosh, she gave her number. I don't care. Just text me, call me. I'm fine with it."
Oh man.
So Matt, I'll be hearing from you. Can't wait to.
All right, so yeah, we got. What's up, Captain Green Tucker?
You left it in the comments, wherever that is.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that has happened. So yes, let me go back to my comments here and see if I had any other questions that I might have overlooked here. Somebody said you seem to be an absolutely wonderful woman. I see that in here. Location. That's what they said. So if anybody else has any other questions for Ms. Kirkpatrick, please go ahead and ask them right now. If they don't pop up on the screen, that's okay. I am still looking at them, but they should come up. She may not be able to see them, but I can see them, and everybody else on the internet can see them. Right now, I think that it's just really been great to have you here with us. You're really the first, not going to say not the first dispensary owner to come on here, but you're the first one to come on here live with me and Piehead in the new format, and you're the first minority woman-owned LLC to come here with us. So it's Black History. It's Black History. There you go. just history as far as in general for a lot of people who, you know, not minorities, poor white people, anybody who feels like there's this oppression out there that makes it feel like it's almost impossible for them to be able to make it. Thank you, Captain Greentoe. He said this was an awesome interview. It's just really important to hear from more people like you, Miss Kirkpatrick, like the guy from the Quest Place, and we want to hear from those folks because people need to hear that it's not an impossible. I mean, with the right resources and the right support, as you have outlined, with the right advisors, that can help you in the right direction towards success. And that's something that I have learned as well, you know, in going through what I'm doing here. I mean, just to reiterate for everyone who may not know this, is that Ohio Cannabis Live is not currently at this moment a company. I am just one person that has a lot of people that have signed up to help me, volunteered to help me with this organization I created to help provide useful resources and information to Ohio's residents, not just patients, but anybody in Ohio that had questions or interest about cannabis. And throughout this journey, I have monitored the situation with Ms. Kirkpatrick and even others who are we still haven't seen some companies that are supposed to come online. They're still swimming in red tape, trying to get online. Believe it or not, there's more people coming. And a good thing is that, and you talked about the felon part, and that's another thing too, is we have a lot of people that have records for low-level crimes that are related to drugs, cannabis specifically. And I think that, you know, like you said, seeing your face here for a lot of women, for a lot of brothers and sisters out there, and even, like I said, other people, even not just minorities, it still goes to show that this is possible and it can happen. And Pothead being here with us is also another example that even though you might have a record, it doesn't mean that you can't be successful. It doesn't mean you can't start a business. It doesn't.
And he say I like a challenge. You feel me?
Yes.
They gonna know. They gonna know. You hear me?
Yeah. So it's really important to have both of y'all here with me to show a guy who's disabled for traumatic brain injury and basically has very little resources, can still bring people together and do something great. And that means that everybody watching this show right now in their own special way can do something great. And I get excited when I see messages about people wanting to get into the cannabis industry, whether that's to do a video about it, whether to make a clothing line like Pothead did, or to do what Ms. Kirkpatrick is doing with the company. But we just want to keep demonstrating that it is possible with the right support and resources, and that you have to keep trying. You can't give up. No matter what, you can't. No matter what they try to do to stop you. When I say they, I just mean oppression, not anybody specifically. But whenever you're up against that wall, everyone in here with me can agree, you have to keep pushing back on that wall till you knock it down.
Exactly.
And move forward.
You have to knock down those barriers.
Absolutely.
It's important. What else is important to me is my degree is in urban studies with the concentration in diversity, equity and inclusion, diversity and management, and also nonprofit. How can we come together as a group and uplift you, whether black or white? Because what you're doing is crucial. You're sharing information. You care about the industry. You care about the patient. You care about the quality. We need to figure out, navigate and help you get funding so that message can get out. How can we help you start and be a part of a nonprofit or a profit organization that's for information? Other folks can figure it out. Let's do that for you. How can we help Allie as far as with her Mid-Canada woman and with minorities for medical cannabis to get a chapter here where she's talking about helping women, helping minorities, people of color? How can we help Nicole continue to get the funding for her processing? How can we help Ben get the funding for his processing when he's already out there? And Jackie, so many of us that have some of the businesses that need that assistance, work together to build something big. So I'm gonna make a commitment.
I mean, let me just tell you how much I don't know if you can see this. I support. This is the M4M flyer that I got in my hand. M4MM, Minorities for Medical Marijuana. For people who are not familiar with this organization, this is a nationwide organization. And the lady who started, one of the ladies started, her name is Roz McCarthy. I had a pleasure of meeting her. Shout out to her. And I
That's
keep.
just bad.
She's very, very smart. Now she knows her medical cannabis.
Yeah.
And she
Her
is
and
very.
Eric Foster.
Yeah. That's another person I have a lot of respect for. Shout out to Eric Foster. I've learned a lot. Just listening to these folks speak, just in a few minutes, I felt like my brain just exploded with wonderful knowledge about things that I just never could possibly think of. And so it's important for us to continue to have these conversations. I know people sometimes just get into an entertainment mode, but I also think it's important to drop information when it's absolutely important for people to be able to take advantage of. And an opportunity for you to be in the cannabis industry is closer than you think. It really is.
Very.
Even
I'm just a little girl from 2245 East 100th Street. I started my construction business with 17 cents in my pocket. And here I am.
Talk about it, 17 cents.
17 cents.
17 cents to the big dog. Big dog on campus. You the big dog on campus now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. So
And
yeah,
I'm
like I
not saying
said,
that we're all the way there, but we're making those barriers. We're breaking down that wall. Woman of Brewster's Place, one of my favorite movies. When you see that brick wall around that community, and then they start tearing it down, one brick at a time. One brick at a time.
Because you might move one, and more than one might fall.
Exactly.
You hear me? You never know.
What's that game that they have? The game with all the
Tetris.
What is it?
I think you know Tetris.
No, Jenga. And
Oh, Jenga, okay.
And you pull one of those out, and then it all comes. That's what we're doing.
Exactly.
Jenga, baby, Jenga.
hey, well, we always like to wrap up our show with the question of the day, and that's what's for dinner tonight. So, what you having for dinner, Miss Kirkpatrick?
I don't know, because I work all the time, and
you gotta eat.
A construction site, so it might be a little DoorDash. What's today? Friday.
DoorDash.
I'm gonna find something really, really good.
Yeah.
What about you?
My husband to make that choice.
What
good on Fridays.
What about
if
you?
he's listening, ask him where he's gonna take me for dinner.
Well, Mr. Kirkpatrick, it's time for you to go ahead and come on here and tell us where you. Shout out to you, Mr. Kirkpatrick. It's nice to meet you, sir. Hey, what about you, Piehead? What's for dinner?
Oh man, my sister, she cooking and selling dinners today. So she got the fried whiting, jerk chicken wings, rice and peas, cabbage. So I'm going in today. I can't eat bird.
Ashley cooking all that?
Oh man, whoa, boy.
Wow. What
whip hand. You hear me? She got whip hand. For real.
You're gonna laugh when I say what I'm.
eating for dinner?
Hot dog.
Wahlburger.
Hot dog.
Nah, what we ain't did. Yeah, Wahlburger. I eat Wahlburgers once a week. You know, Wahlburgers and filet mignon. So today is hot dog day. Yeah, pizza day, hot dog day, and then sometimes we have vegetarian tacos. But today is hot dog day. But they're beef hot dogs. I don't eat pork hot dogs.
How you dress them up? You throw the onions on there. How you dress them babies up?
I'm just like I am with the way I dress, man. I'm a plain T-shirt guy, you know. So the hot dog is a little bit of ketchup, mustard, and that's it. Man. I got a sensitive stomach.
I'm gonna check out Chakua's, this African restaurant here, or Frederick's Wine and Dine. I might go to both of them tonight.
Oh yeah, you can eating good in the neighborhood. I mean, I just don't even really. I do restaurants, but I just do like a curbside. I mean, well, at first we went up north, and I felt like we broke every rule in the book because we went up north and we ate inside the restaurant, and we broke all the rules then, okay? But we had a great time, and there is a video coming out. You guys make sure you check out my other YouTube channel, The Adventures of Anthony D. Riley, and that's me going everywhere and looking for UFOs and aliens and all kinds of stuff. Going to castles and going across water to islands and driving around on islands during the pandemic is like scary. Imagine driving around the Hocking Hills at night at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
You know, people get paid for that.
I know, right? We're just doing it because we're just stir crazy here. We got to find something to do. We didn't get out the car, right? We just kept driving and driving. No, but we rented a cabin in the woods, and I'm talking about, I felt like I was in a scary horror movie. There were strange sounds. It sounded like an animal or somebody was taken out at one point. It was like something got snuffed. I'm like, we had things running over top of us, like, it sounded like something was running on the roof. I got it on tape. This is. Wait till you. Yeah, there's a video now.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, we have the first couple videos out. It's going to be all Hocking Hills, and then we're going to switch gears from there's Hocking Hills, there's Cincinnati, there's a Cleveland series of videos, Putnam Bay, Catawba Island, the Seneca Caverns. We went and found some gemstones and some shark's teeth. So there is quite of adventures. We filmed enough content for a whole season, for a whole year, I guess. So a lot of videos will be coming. And also, this interview, if you didn't watch all of it, or you tapped in late, you missed part of it, you can certainly watch it tomorrow on the Roku channel. Roku. I always say Roku. It's Roku. If you got the Roku. And you just search Ohio Cannabis Live in your Roku device, and that'll take you right to it. Free of charge and no commercials. So, all right. See, Ohio has a lot of Bigfoot sightings. Okay, Bigfoot. Yeah, okay, so we have to go looking for Bigfoot.
Oh, Bigfoot sightings. Now, they smoking too much medical.
Hey, no, I believe in Bigfoot. I think Bigfoot's out there. I think Harry and the Hendersons was a real life thing.
What
You remember
Bigfoot
that?
got to hide for? What Bigfoot got to hide for? That's what I want to know.
Well,
What he got to hide for? Ain't nobody do nothing with Bigfoot.
Here's another name.
What about the Squid Game? Anybody know about that? I hear a lot of people talking about that. The Squid Game. That's
Oh,
something.
that movie was crazy. That
Is
show
that
was
new?
crazy.
Is that something new? What is that? Is that a
Hey,
TV
he
show?
said it's actually really not new. He been shopping it at networks for 10 years, and he finally got his break this year. He came out with the show 10 years ago. Netflix finally bought it this year. It's through the roof.
Squid
So
Game.
never
Is
give
this the
up.
one where the people are
Play the
all
game.
Yeah, they're playing the
Yep.
game, and if you want to
Yeah.
stay, and then yeah, my son had me watching that last weekend. I was like, I just wasted an hour of my life. But then I couldn't stop watching it.
Oh, now I know I gotta watch it.
Me too. That's how I was. Like, hold on, what's gonna happen next?
Did anybody watch
real.
the BMF thing, the Black Mafia
Oh, that's
family?
That's classic. That
See,
BMF.
See, after the Empire thing, I kind of lost interest in these type of things, man. The Empire thing was doing so good. I love Timberland
but you
Magoo.
know,
And then it just
but
went.
you know, BMF is based on a true story.
Right,
Two black brothers
yeah.
from Detroit.
Yeah, and that's
And
another
one of
reason
them
why I'm
just
going to have
came
to watch
home. One of them just came home from federal penitentiary. One of them still in there.
it. Uh-huh.
And the actual sons play on the show.
Oh,
You feel me?
okay. I didn't know that.
Actual son. Yeah, that's his actual son that plays on the show.
Well, that gives it a little bit different feeling for me now. Now I really need to tap in.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you know. Yeah, it's good, man. You know, they did a lot of crazy things. You know what I'm saying? But it's history. You know.
Absolutely.
Wow, I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
I know you guys gotta go, but I just told my husband, who's actually Mr. Couch, my married name is Couch.
Oh.
I just gotta show this nice jacket.
She's pulling out the flame.
Hey.
She's pulling out the flame.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Where's my jacket at, Pothead? I didn't get one.
I just have to show it off.
I like that. I heard about it, but that.
Isn't it nice?
Hey,
Yes, I heard the stories.
I'm so proud of this young brother, him and his sister. They are all of that.
I know, right? I know it, right?
All of that.
I'm with you 100%.
Thank you.
Yep.
I was looking for my
Just had to show what I'll
pie.
be wearing
Thank
Yeah.
as soon as it gets a little
Thank
chilly.
you.
Yes. So that is awesome. All right. Well, thank you for being here. Yes, it's so great. I appreciate you coming in here, and hopefully we'll have some more interviews with some more people. And invite anybody you would like. We'll certainly have them, friend or family, patient or whoever. You are all welcome to come on my show. Everybody is welcome. Anybody is welcome to come on the show, talk about cannabis and anything
I'm
else.
so excited. We might be able to get some folks from the state of Ohio to come talk about it, so they can just see, because we do appreciate them.
Yeah.
They're doing Ohio Lobby Days for you.
Yeah.
They work with us.
Yes.
And we just got to show them what we're truly about. So I'm
Absolutely.
excited. I'm proud of you. Ohio Lobby Days for you to do it. You did it. I
did
can't
it.
wait to
did it.
participate.
I'm
did it.
excited.
October
Yes.
13th, I'm there, baby.
All right.
Good.
I appreciate it. All right. Thanks
Good.
everybody for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
See you later. Have a great day.
Bye.
Everybody stay on.
That was dope.